welcome to another edition of the A Collision with Purpose project under the spotlight. Here, individuals are allowed to explore themselves in pursuit of their purpose. I am Dr. Laxley Stephenson, and I'm your host. The A Collision with Purpose project allows individuals to pause, take a quiet moment and listen, be introspective, and engage in self-reflection in pursuing their purpose to unleash possibilities with far-reaching implications for self and others. Today, the A Collision with Purpose project spotlight is on Mrs. Jessica Nafula Masika. Mrs. Masika is a wife, a mother, a teacher, an entrepreneur, and she is passionate about changing the lives of young girls, helping them to realize their full potential and becoming the best they can be. Folks, let us welcome Mrs. Masika to the A Collision with Purpose project on the spotlight.
Thank you so much. Hello, everyone. Thank you so much for the opportunity to share with you this evening. This is a good platform where we are going to share our ideas, get to know more about me, and learn more about purpose, what is my purpose and what I'm passionate about. So I hope that this session is going to be impactful and is going to help all of us. Thank you so much.
Mrs. Masika, it is an opportunity for us here at A Collision with Purpose to have this conversation with you today about purpose. I am pleased to welcome you to this platform. I look forward to an engaging, insightful, and interactive conversation with you about a topic that is arguably one of the most consequential concepts in forming how we function as individuals and ultimately what we perceive as our legacy.
Thank you once again. And I believe that this session is going to be of help to all of us. I'm ready for it, and I believe that even anyone who is viewing us, anyone who is listening to us, you're going to get something out of it. Thank you once again.
Absolutely. And you said it yourself, you're ready. So let's do it.
Yeah.
Before we get into the topic of purpose, before we go there, I want you to share something about yourself, your early days. What was life like growing up in Kenya?
Okay, so as our host, Dr. Laxley, has said, Jessica Nafula Masika. I was born in Kitale, in the outskirts of Kitale town, in a small estate. And growing up, I grew up in an average family, in a family of 4. My mother is a business lady. My father was a teacher, now retired. And I grew up in that average family. I cannot say that we faced so much challenges, but my mother and generally my parents were those kind of people who were very strict and wanted us to be the best we can. So they really ensured that we do the right thing. Going to school was like no discussion about it. You have to go to school and you have to do the right thing. I remember growing up, we were very much careful not to do, because my parents are people who are very, I can call them perfectionists. They want you to do everything perfect. So they have to ensure that when it comes to evening, they have to get a look at what you've been doing throughout the day. You did this, you did this. If you did not do it right, there's a punishment for you. So that is the kind of life we grew up. So we were people who are very careful, because our parents, my parents personally, are people who wanted you to be perfect. And up to now, they really want you to be that perfect person. So that is the kind of life I grew up, trying by all means to avoid mistakes, so that in one or the other, we don't collide with them, because they have to do a spot check of everything that you do every day, the kind of friends that you keep, the kind of places that you visit, going to church, because there are people who are serious church goers. So going to church for us was automatic. You have to go to church. After church, you have to come and say everything that you learned in church. That was a must. Once you come from church, you have to explain everything that you learned from church. So that was the kind of life we grew up in, but we grew up in an estate where so many children. So growing up, socializing with so many children, but very strict parenthood. And I can say that not so many. It was an average life. The life of a teacher here in Kenya, it's an average life. Not so many challenges, but a few challenges here and there. But at least my parents ensured that I get the best that I could, going to school up to from primary school level, secondary school level, up to the college level. They tried their best, I can say. They tried their best to make sure I get the best that they could offer me.
And it's
Yeah.
obvious that their best was good enough, because you certainly turned out to be that person that I'm sure they wanted you to become. You said a few
Yeah.
things here. You talk about your mother being a teacher, and that left a mark on you clearly, because you're now a teacher.
Yeah.
And your dad
Yeah.
was a businessman, and that left a mark on you as well.
My father was a teacher.
Your father was a teacher.
Yeah, but my mother was a business lady.
Right. So your mother was a businesswoman and your dad was a teacher, and both of them gave you something, left something huge on you. And church was very much a part of your life, and now you're very involved with church as well. So it's clear and obvious that your early days made a difference and shaped who you are today as a person, as an individual. So we say thank you for that.